So, plates showed up, and I'm pretty pleased with them. Here are the star plates. So a bunch of these will be stacked up to replace the current interfaces. You'll notice the leg has been disassembled at the knee, particularly where the plate failed over here. That's kind of loose, but that's fine. Now, I've gone and assembled one side, so there's going to be two of these. That corresponds to this and this. It's fitted with a bearing. It's got this alignment plate. That's just so these slot in nicely. They're a little loose though, so I'll tighten those up with, I don't know, a bit of plastic or something just to go between it. Cut a bunch of these, but these were too big, so I squished them in my vise. It's hard. No, they look pretty fucked up, so you can tell, but they work quite well. So I'm still very happy with it. It's quite light as well, which is good. Let's take this off. So originally, this is the plate that goes to the lower part of the leg. No, upper part, lower part. And then this would just run in here. But now, this will be replacing that. And this will go in here. I've made the other side. And I've cut the extrusions. They're not currently bolted in. I'm waiting for a 4mm tap to show up so I can screw these in fully. I did find my little box of extra extrusions, so I didn't need to use the long ones I ordered. And I did test fit it on the knee, so it does fit. So feels pretty nice. Some of the cuts are a little ugly, but once it's compressed down, it won't be that big of a deal. So yeah, I'll tap these and then I'll do a test fit. But once I know they fit nicely, I'm actually going to drill through the extrusions on that so these bolt all the way through instead of using these garbage nuts. I also need to find some more screws because I've run out. I need to keep these four. Wait. Oh no, I can take one out of there. Okay, no, it should be fine then. I need 4 for the actual attachment, and then I need 6 to attach all of these extrusions. Whilst waiting for the tap to show up, I decided to go and drill these 2 holes. I need to do 2 more down here to put this in, and it's solid. Drilled with this. Use these as guides, so I just put this on here. I've got a mirrored one. It's going to go on the bottom half. But yeah, that's not going anywhere. So next will be, well, tapping these extrusions, drilling these holes. Oh, I also need to file some nuts. You can see the ones I've done for these ones here. I probably don't even need them. It's threaded really well into the 15/15s this time, so I went for a 3.5 and filed them a little bit larger so they could self-tap. I was a little concerned about how thin this is, but I think it's going to be fine. I don't think the load's going to push out that way. It always pushes the plates outwards. So yeah, it's just a waiting game really. But once that's done, I can reattach that bit. It bows out under pressure, so I'll probably put a temporary clamp on it just to keep it squished. I'll probably replace that with an extrusion bar and have it cinch on the corners. Oh yeah, I was looking for this. Here we go. Oh, no. No, I had it right the first time. There we are. So part in question has been replaced. Still waiting on the taps to show up, but I thought I would test fit it, and I'm very pleased with how it looks. This isn't pushed all the way on, and because the extrusions aren't screwed on tightly, it's scraping here. But all the holes are cut, so I need to put nuts on all of those. Well, I'm considering not doing that, but you know, I don't know how well the threads in these holes are going to hold up. Probably not very well because it's tapped from the actual nuts from the bolts. So yeah, I'll probably yank those off and put some actual nuts on. Other than that though, it's pretty sturdy, so I'm hoping it can take the load. I've got to remount the motor house in. It's over there somewhere. I'm not going to bother putting the slide nuts back on. I'm just going to put it on like I did this one. There's no nut behind this. It's just I tightened these screws and it held it on well enough. They will also be drilled through eventually, but I'll probably do that when I redesign the house to use something that's not 3D printed. But these housings and this are probably going to be the last thing I redesign. My next focus, now that this is done and soon to be, where's a good shot? This uses the same plates. Once those are fully done, my next focus will probably be the external plates and the gears. And then after that, probably should do the foot because this is just awfully made. So it's almost 12. Some things to review. Got tap, but it sucked. I was probably using it wrong. Let's go say hello to the leg. Yes, my room's a bit of a tip at the moment. I've been very busy with this machine. Clunk. I'm going to leave this overnight and come back to it tomorrow. In the YouTube short I uploaded, I may have sent this a bit too far and it, well, blew up. But the new knee plates are in very well. So now everything else just needs to get replaced. Some problems I noticed. This bows out, so I need to put a tension bar to pull it back. That should be fine. I'll just have to 3D print these. Anything that happens to this also has to happen to this. This now has inherited all the old problems. I mean, yeah, it's not supposed to do that. I made it stand all the way upright. I forget which one it was. I think it was this one. The cables got pulled quite tight, and then this was pulled out, so not so good. So I need to redo this whole harness. Shouldn't be too. Oh, no, there's another one. These do screw in, but I'd rather have them be slack and then screw them in because I don't want them to rip anything sensitive out. But yeah, no, resounding success. I'm very pleased with the outcome. So now I just need to go ahead with enhancing the rest of the machine. I'd say we're about 50% there as far as finalizing parts go. I was doing some simultaneous drive tests and new failure point. This gear kind of blew out. This one's fine. It was only here. So I'm going to apply the redesign I was planning up a while ago. Basically, metal plate on both sides and then sandwiching it together to stop it from blowing out. I've also considered the idea of maybe putting a gear on this side because the shaft does extend outwards, so I could put a gear here and here. I don't know how well that would synchronize both sides and distribute the load, but I reckon it will help. And then of course the tension bar I keep on talking about, which is essentially, yeah, basically this. So just to keep it squished. Even when these are metal, and it's using a metal bar as the middle shaft is still going to flex, so I reckon this will help quite a bit. So yeah, I need to design a metal plate for the gear that goes on here, probably two, um, two plates, one on either side, with the star interface built in this time. Oh yeah, I need to tune in the tolerances a little bit. There's about a half mil slack. That's fine. Then I need to redo this one. So the sandwich plates, of course, I'm going to change this out for a 15-15 hole so that slides in. And then another plate on top to screw that on. Kind of like here, I suppose. So that's going to be 3 plates, and that'll go back on. And then this part here is going to be a bit more confusing. So the normal plate that connects to the leg, so that's 1. 2 gear plates. One of those gear plates will probably have the... Actually, no, those 2 gear plates will be normal because I can copy them from this design, so that reduces duplication. But then the binding plate, the one that screws into the 15-15, I'll have a lever arm that will attach to this bar that would go here, and then I can mirror all of that over here just fine. So yeah, hopefully that will sort all of those problems out. I reckon once that's done, the next failure point for the assembly will be the gear housing moving. I don't think this part will break. It's quite a robust part, but what will happen is it will slide, so I'll probably screw this all the way through. And then I can just redo all of that for the ankle here, because it, like I keep on saying, it's completely identical. Oh, that's a good point. I need to figure out the problem here. There's a separation, it keeps on moving. I'm hoping once this is properly cinched down and everything's rigid, this won't move like this. So yeah, fingers crossed. I probably won't work on this for a while. I think I mentioned that in the previous clip. I mean, the wire harness is fucked. A bunch of things got pulled out because I made it too short. This one actually got damaged. So I need to redo that. These wires aren't the right type anyway. These are going to break easily. The ground one already has. So I'll redo the harness with some actual good wire. And then, yeah, I'll probably bulk design and order all of this like I did for the knee joint here, so it's all as one. Not my style, I like to do small iterations, but I think all of this is fairly related, so all of these gears plus the outer knee plate can all be done as one, just fine. I do need to find a better method for tapping these extrusion bars, so I'll have to figure that out later. And then, yeah, like I said, I want to sort this out because that's where the next source of slack's coming from. I bet this probably... Oh. Yeah, that has slack. Of course, this does, but that's because it's not been cut properly. But this printed one that did have a perfect fit has become loose. This one here, I bet. Oh no, that one's tight, but I think that's because there's tension on it. Okay, now some of the joints are actually fine. It's just some of them, it's the older ones. These two are the oldest joints, so all of them need to be updated regardless. So yeah, I would say maybe 2 weeks time I'll probably restart work. I might be able to build this for down there actually. I think I have enough parts for that. I'm going to do a weigh-in as well. I think I've said that as well. I'll probably post it on a community post. I need to buy some new bolts as well. I mean, I'm not very happy with these. Focus. I didn't buy the right... Yeah, that's not going to focus. There it goes, it does. I didn't buy the right length, so it's not fully biting the nuts on the other side. I mean, it's holding on pretty well, but better safe than sorry, I say. Where's a good example, one done properly? No, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe, oh yeah, all the way down there. I need to buy more of that one. It actually pokes out a little bit, so It's flush with the 1515, but it does go all the way through the nut. I misjudged when I ordered these ones, so not a big deal.